All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a future that's, honestly, way beyond the typical chatter you hear about AI.
You know, we hear it all the time, the debate about AI taking over. But what if that's not the real story? What if the future is actually a merger, where the line between our own biology and digital tech just vanishes? Let's really dig into what that might look like.
So this whole idea of literally fusing our brains with computers, it's jumping right off the pages of science fiction and straight into actual research labs. We're talking about going way beyond just tapping on a screen.
Yeah, a direct physical link between your brain and technology. And this isn't some far-off dream. It's happening right now in a field called brain-computer interfaces. And believe me, it is already changing people's lives.
Okay, but before we get totally carried away with the wild, far-out future stuff, let's ground ourselves in reality. Let's look at the science that's happening today. Right now, this tech is almost completely focused on one thing: healing, restoring what's been lost.
So, what is a brain-computer interface, or a BCI anyway? Well, think of it like this. It's a direct communication pathway. It can either read the electrical signals from your brain or write new ones to it. It's basically a two-way street that connects your thoughts directly to a machine.
And look, this is not just a theory. This is happening. Researchers have actually implanted these tiny electrode arrays into the brains of patients with paralysis, and it's allowing them to control robotic arms just by thinking about it. That's a massive, massive step towards restoring someone's independence.
What's happening here is the technology is essentially decoding the brain's intention to move, and it translates that intention into a digital command. So for someone who can't move, this is life-changing. It means they can turn a thought into an action, like moving a cursor or even picking something up.
So you can see the potential for healing here is just enormous. Right now, research is all about restoring movement, creating brain-controlled prosthetics, helping people recover after a stroke, and maybe even treating really complex neurological and psychiatric conditions.
But what happens when we get really good at repair? Well, the conversation starts to change, right? Now, don't get me wrong, the technical challenges are still huge. We need major breakthroughs. But the vision, that's already shifting. It's moving away from just fixing what's broken and towards, well, upgrading what isn't.
And this right here is the critical difference. Today, it's all about therapy. It's about helping patients. But tomorrow, the vision is about enhancement for everyone, for healthy people. It's about boosting human performance, breaking past our biological limits. That is a completely different ballgame. And let me be clear, this is not some fringe idea from a sci-fi novel. You've got major players in the tech world, like Elon Musk, who are saying that achieving this kind of symbiosis with AI isn't just cool, it's necessary. It's about making sure humanity can keep up as AI gets more and more advanced. So what are we actually talking about here? What does this symbiosis look like? Well, imagine this. You could download a new skill just instantly, like in The Matrix. Or how about backing up all your memories to the cloud so you never forget anything? Or linking your mind to an AI so you can process information at speeds that are just impossible for us to even imagine right now. A leap like that is so profound. It's not just another technological revolution. Some scientists are arguing this could be something much, much bigger. They're talking about a major transition in the actual history of life on Earth. So in biology, there's this concept called a major evolutionary transition, an MET. It's when separate, independent things merge to become a totally new, more complex individual. The classic example, single cells coming together to create the very first multicellular life. It's a fundamental rewrite of the rules of life.
And believe it or not, there's a great analogy for this in our own deep, deep past. About 2 billion years ago, two simple little microbes merged together. That single event created the complex eukaryotic cell, which is literally the foundation for all complex life. Animals, plants, us.
So take a look at this. On one side, you see that ancient merger of two microbes that created a new kind of cell. On the other side, a representation of the human brain merging with AI. The analogy is powerful. Just as those separate microbes became a new, single organism, humans and AI could become a new, single individual.
And here's the really mind-bending part. If this happens, natural selection, evolution itself, wouldn't just be acting on humans anymore. It would be acting on the combined human-AI unit. Our survival, our success as a species would suddenly be tied to how well we merge with the technology we've built.
You see, a change this fundamental, it forces you to ask the biggest questions there are. If we can fundamentally change our biology, our consciousness, even the course of our own evolution, well, what does it even mean to be human at that point?
This technology is literally forcing us to define what makes a person a person. And honestly, we've never really had to draw that line so clearly before, because we've never created something that could actually threaten to cross it.
I mean, think about it. Is it our DNA that makes us human? Is it self-awareness, consciousness, our ability to know right from wrong, the way we use language? Every single one of these classic definitions gets thrown into question by a human-AI merger.
Let's make it personal for a second. If your thoughts, your memories, your decisions are all being co-processed with an AI that's literally part of your brain, where do you end and where does the machine begin? Is that idea you just had really yours?
This brings up a pretty chilling idea that some people are calling the algorithmic self. The worry is that in this future, we might get all these incredible new powers, but at what cost? Could the tiny, subtle nudges from that integrated AI slowly chip away at our free will, our sense that we're actually in charge of our own lives, and we might not even realize it's happening?
So that's really the ultimate question, isn't it? As we push forward with all this, we have to ask ourselves, are we just building the next great tool, or are we building the next version of us? The answer is going to define not just the future of tech, but the future of what it means to be human. Thanks for